Josh Raven here with the Daily Dot at Dreamhack Austin, joined by NRG Esports, PTR and Gob. Unfortunately, knocked out of the tournament on the second day here against Selfless. So Peter, I'll start with you. Can you tell me exactly what went wrong in this game today?
We broke down a lot communication-wise. Really, I mean, we just had a lot of mental lapses. Pretty much beat ourselves, honestly, to be honest. We were pretty prepared, but we'll just go back to the drawing board.
And I mean, looking back towards the first day as well, you didn't have a great start to the tournament either. Can you talk us through why you haven't been firing on all cylinders throughout this whole tournament in particular?
Basically, our biggest mistake was that we not played like we used to play in online, and the communication was not the same, and decision making was not the same. But like the reasoning or the reason why it wasn't the same is experience. It's that easy. If we gain experience like we do now, and we work with this experience, we will hopefully not do the same mistake again. And then it's a totally different game if we have our communication going. If I have my information going by my teammates, so I think that's the biggest mistake. But we'll work on that.
Now, obviously, NRG, they've had quite a rocky road. It's been kind of interesting to see you fluctuate up and down kind of where you're looking at in the standings of North American teams. But recently, it kind of looks like it's been up until this event at least. So what do you think has been kind of the catalyst for your rise in form recently, obviously slightly before this event?
What was our rise? How did we?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just we worked really hard. We prepped a lot. See online, beforehand what maps you're gonna be playing. So if we play play it a lot and counter them, I guess you could say, or just see what they do. So that's helpful a lot. But when we just came here, we just sort of just not fell apart. Just like you said, didn't have good communication and just hit a brick in the road, I guess you could say. So.
Are you currently using coaching staff? Because I know a lot of the other teams brought coaches in. Who are you using as a coach?
Yeah, we Zach Ely. He unfortunately couldn't make it, but he will be at the minor, I do believe, with us. So it's going to be a huge help for us when he's with us.
So obviously now you are working with a coach, but how much of the preparation do you do? Obviously you've been known as one of the great minds of the game and such, back when you were in Mouse Sports and now coming over here as a great in-game leader. How much of the preparation is left down to you and how much of it is kind of left towards the coaching nowadays?
The coach is basically like my dummy. So he's going on the server with me, doing like the dirty work, searching the smoke I want to search for him. He's coming up with ideas sometimes, and then I'm searching with him on the server. But basically I'm like doing kind of the work, what needs to be done in this sense that like looking our matches again in a tactically wise and go to one who's made a mistake or who did something good and tell him, hey, that was good, do that again, or do that obviously not again, please. And yeah, like the coach is helping me so much that we both can always go on the server, go and work on this. And I'm also sometimes telling him when we play, yeah, now I need to note, like, please take this round as a notice so we can talk about it later. So he taking a notice and I'm forgetting it after like the preg, and he's like, hey, you want to talk about this? I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then so he's doing like the small things, but overall the small things are really big.
There's a lot of in-game leaders in the game. There's kind of a few variants. Some of them more strategically kind of adept. Some of them more like to go on the fly. People like Fallen, he's very good at strategy, but he does it on the fly. People like Existence, for example, who left G2 recently, he's more of the strategical kind, not so strong in the fragging regard. And people are kind of saying that role is now dead. You can't be an in-game leader without also having firepower. Do you agree with this statement? Do you disagree? What do you think about that?
Yeah, since 1.6 I always said like the in-game leader don't have this excuse that he's leading the team and can frag. But fragging is not only the scoreboard. Fragging, if an in-game leader, like an old school in-game leader, leads his team, he will be one of the players who's like more supporting his teammates, right? He knows the strengths of his teammates, and probably his teammates don't know the strengths of the in-game leader. So if they don't support him, he obviously would make like 5 frags per game less. So just imagine that I have every game 5 frags more if someone else supports me better like I do them. So it would show in the stats. So you cannot look on the stats, but what he can do is like in important, like the important scenes where he has a chance, where he has to get support, he needs to frag obviously, like the other teammates needs to do. But he needs to frag, but you cannot only look at the scoreboard. And what was the other question? Fallen likes to call in the run. I'm also like like I'm one of the best, I think, in my opinion, in also calling on the run. Like, don't have a set call at the start and changing, like adapting a lot. But for that, you need good information from your teammates, and also like sometimes decision making by your teammates. Like, they start with a decision and you make something out of it. Like, and yeah, this event I felt like I couldn't, like I really tried to have the best calling I could do, but I called like overall not good. And I think it was also like a thing, as I said, I didn't get the same information as I got online. So yeah, overall, like this event wasn't good called by me.
Okay, well, we spoke a little bit about Gobi and his role there as the in-game leader. You yourself being an AWPer, I always find it funny in North America, the standings kind of changing with who the best AWPer is, obviously with the influx now of Fallen and Hen1 both doing really good work as well. Where would you place yourself amongst these AWPers? Because obviously, people like Skadoodle, he's fallen down recently, but now he's coming back. Where do you see yourself amongst these people?
Well, I don't try to look at it like that. I only care about the W. I consider myself a good AWPer. I'm trying to be humble as possible. There's a lot of good AWPers out there. I try to win. I'll do whatever it takes to win. I don't care if I have 6 frags and 10 assists. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing for my teammates, letting them frag and letting them do what they're supposed to do. Now, there does come a time where I do need to step up, and obviously, the AWP is a very powerful weapon. Some would say it's OP in some positions. And so, I don't really look at that. I don't care. I just play my game, try to help my team. I want to win. That's all I care about.
Well, you talk about a nice team mentality there. Obviously, it's kind of surprised to see NRG come together. It was 2 Europeans coming over, you and Legia, mixing up with the Europeans. Honestly, for you guys, when you first came in, were you expecting it to be a tough road, or it's kind of worked out pretty well, considering?
It's actually been a very tough road. We put a lot of hours in together, a lot of stressful days, but overall, I think we're finally starting to shape up, basically. We'll take this event as a learning curve, like he said, just experience. That's all we really need. We need more experience, more LAN together, because technically this is our first LAN together. They LAN before, but they had a ringer, because I obviously broke my foot, or leg, whatever. It's just like I said, we'll be fine. Just got to keep our head up and move on.
Okay. Well, looking to the future before we go back to Dreamhack later on, what are your guys' goals? I believe the minor's coming up, the qualifier for the major. Are you feeling confident for that after this? Do you think you can grow from this experience and try harder there, get good results?
I do it like this. If I go to a new team or new teammates, I always have like a bigger picture and a plan how to go there. And we're like going step by step to that road, to the direction. The thing is, if you fall down, you need to stand up again and keep walking. The thing is also like it's in my plan to like fail on a LAN. That's in the plan. And how much we will gain from this event will be like undescribable. Like, it will be hard 2 weeks for my teammates because I will yell at them a lot and show them a lot of things. But if we use this 2 weeks, and I'm sure, and I know the personality in my team, we will use it. And then I think we will be a total different team in 2 weeks.
Okay, well, you know what, we'll end things off, but I do want some predictions from you for the rest of the tournament. Unfortunately, you guys are out. And now I know both of you are going to say Luminosity, so I want an underdog prediction, kind of a surprise, who you think could maybe upset Luminosity, because I know you'd both say it anyway, right? We'll start with you, Peter.
Well, yeah, obviously I would say LG, but I would say Tempo. Obviously, they're the other dark horse. They're not really a dark horse. They're actually really good. They're actually starting to come to light. People don't necessarily give them as much respect as they deserve. I would definitely say Tempo. They can beat them if they meet them in the final, because they both know each other very well. They've known each other for years. So.
Okay, Tempo Storm for Peter. What are you saying, Gobi?
Cloud9.
Cloud9. Okay, very bold prediction. Well, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.